Welcome to MRL. It's Tier 3 action, and here with me we have Domi from Hungary. It's me, Alex Bitto from Spain, and he will be here with me on the commentary booth, just checking the audio if it's okay for everyone. And today we will be starting with 8th round here on the calendar of 5th season of MRL with Azerbaijan. Domi, how you doing?
Hi guys, hi everyone. I'm doing good. It's sure gonna be an interesting race for everyone. I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be really interesting. Of course, Srifium not here today. Yesterday he announced that he was not gonna be able to commit as full-time streamer for the European divisions. But still, we have a lot of personnel to do it. But as well, we're looking for commentators. So at the moment, we will be doing Domi and me this tier 3 racing action. On Baku, we have there the track map. It's 20 corners here for the Baku street circuit, just near the Caspian Sea. Really easy to overtake on that main straight, one of the largest of the calendar. And of course, 6 kilometers long, all that track. So it will be very interesting to see who can come here at the top. The standings looking really good with Crampy with a huge um, lead over Carbon Racer. He will try to keep that one, and I think, of course, that he will be able to at least keep it this round, 40 points. Not really easy to lose it, and with the show that Crampy is doing, I think he will keep it, right, Domi?
I'm sure he gonna try to keep his lead. Yeah.
So yeah, in a few moments we'll be jumping into this tier 3 action here on Baku. We had yesterday tier 4 with a lot of overtakings there on this track. We had as well America's tier 2, and yeah, after this one at 3 a.m. CET, 9 p.m. Eastern, we'll be having um, America's tier 1. Of course, very important. The fight is really intense, so we'll see if these drivers are ready to go.
It seems like everyone is readying up, so we are looking fine for the race.
Tell me,
Everyone
Chad,
is here.
if we need to put the volume up for some of these, well, if the audio is good, basically. So it will be really helpful to see if it's needed for today. So now we'll be jumping on board there on Baku.
They say I'm loud or they say I'm quiet. Okay.
We'll see now when I join if I can change a little bit your volume, but it seems like probably a little bit quiet. We'll now see with the engines revving if we can change that and how of course, the mixture is. So at the moment waiting for Zasko and Edo, it seems like one of these drivers, I think was driver DMB, that was not able to join for some reasons. Probably it was not there around. So I think we'll be having 19 drivers. Of course, two new drivers, two new faces today. One for Williams, replacing Wavy, will be Edu there on 8th place. We can see on the time tower. And another one will be Puki, replacing Epic, who promoted to tier 2. So Puki right now doing his full time debut as well as Edu.
Sure, he's gonna do fine. He's shown us he can do great things. So every driver choosing his setups to make sure it's gonna be fine for the race and choosing tires where are gonna go out here. I see a lot of medium tires, which is pretty interesting. But we'll see the times that they start to come up. We have the first driver out on track. It's Williams, I think. Yeah, it's
Yes,
Cranberry.
will be the leader of the championship with the softs coming out there. We'll see which is the strategy. You were mentioning the the mediums. They're selected by some of these drivers. We can see Gavizum selected, Carbon Racer as well, Jose Manuel, Goders, Backrow, and Dark, as well as Maka on his outlap. A lot of drivers coming now out of the pit stop. Sorry, out of the pit lane. But yeah, Crampy trying to do the first lap of the qualifying 18 minutes on these softs. We'll see if later he can change to the mediums and do the lap that probably he wants, because of course the best strategy here we have seen these two last races is mediums to softs. It seems like the softs and the cliff of them are really high, right, Tommy?
Yeah, tires can, especially the rear tires can go really on this track because of the hard traction zones. But I think soft is better choice for qualifying because you really need track position at the start because you can get in trouble at the start. But the medium should be better at when the soft hit the cliffs. So it's a pretty interesting strategic choice for sure. It seems like the stream is dropping some frames because it's lagging.
Yeah, we will try to fix it now, but it seems like with the time this can be fixed. We have been testing, and it seems like different camera can bring different FPS. As now we jump on board with Crampy, should be really good, and he's braking there for turn one, with those softs really providing the grip to the Williams driver. Now into 70 meters around there to brake for turn two, opening DRS again, and of course going down into turn three. We can see a lot of overtakes here on this back straight, let's say, because you can have another detection zone between turn 1 and turn 2, so you can counter strike that overtake that you may receive at turn 1. Now Crampy doing turn 4, now locking the front left, but still very tight to the wall, as Dinimonov gave a 5-place grid penalty by the game with a collision with Lovell. Really interesting to see. That will be really compromise his qualifying.
Yeah. It seems like a tight lap at the moment from Crampy, hitting almost every apex. So I'm looking forward to the time. But it should be a nice time. He had a little mistake in turn 5 and 6 where he hit the inside curve, but it shouldn't cause that much time.
What do you
It's an
think?
interesting thing.
What do you think the
Good.
time is gonna be around here for pole position?
I'm not sure. I saw 38 yesterday, but that was on drying track, so it's gonna be interesting for sure what some of these guys can do.
We'll see
We'll
then
see.
what Crampy can do now until last corner. We'll be opening the DRS. Really long straight, as we said before, with the track map, keeping it tight to the middle. Now Crampy, the first to set a lap, is 38.4, and as you were saying, at 38 is really good. We'll see if we can improve that one, because it seemed like a very perfect lap. Now jumping with Gabizon with the mediums, we'll be setting his banker.
I think he can improve on that 38.4. So I'm looking to get 37s for pole, I think, but we will see.
Gabizon 39.7, as we saw other times coming down there to the tower. It's Wisp with a 39.0, the closest gap now to Crampy, as Artex crosses the line with that Red Bull, the teammate of Gabizon. 38.6 for the Spaniard. David Antonio as well, 2 tenths behind Wisp with that McLaren, but Maka the first one out of these medium runners.
And Yasko is just finishing his lap, but I think it's an aborted lap because the time is not looking so good. Oh, it is actually. I'm sorry. He's trying to keep close to the ball. Let's see what his time is gonna be.
Just go tight to the left, to the wall. You can see how tight he is. He's at 39.7, jumping in the top 10. But it's the slowest out of these soft runners. Not the best he can do, surely, and probably will see an improvement. Lovell now on sector 3. He will be opening the DRS, it seems. We'll see if it's aborted or not. It seems like he is aborting that one, jumping into the pit. Tema reserving today. 14.5 is the split on second sector, losing the rear a little bit there on turn 16.
Yeah. Woki just started his lap and he's just making turn 2. It seems like a tight lap so far. Looking for sector split.
Will be jumping there on Fuki after Sema finishes his lap, jumping into P7, the reserve for today for Haas. Fuki now on turn 3, really tight to the right.
Little bit lock up on turn 4, but it should be fine because he seemed to carry the minimum speed pretty high.
Ooh, rushing the wall there, and losing a little bit of time with that missing apex. on turn 6. But now to around turn 7, we'll see if he cuts that inside. Yes, he does, but not carrying the momentum on the exit. A little bit stuck there. Now, castle section, we haven't mentioned it, but it's one of the dangerous parts of this track, of course. The action can be there, and if a car gets stuck on the race can be, well, we have seen a lot of incidents there on that section. Now turn 16, sorry, 14 and 15. Now to finish the sector 2, it's 14.0, so it seems like half a second faster than Tema. That would be around
Oh, that's an
P3.
invalidation.
Ooh.
It's really unfortunate on last corner exit to the main straight. Could have been a good time, but I'm sure if you can do it once, you can improve on the next run. Yeah, Castle is going to be interesting on the race. Hope we avoid any big crash. But as last season, in season 4, we know that we lost our tier 3 leader there, Arlem, when he was driving there. So hope we can avoid that.
True, I remember that one. He was really pushing and had a crash on Castle section last season. I think
Yeah.
Undertaker crossed first on that race, but after a penalty, I think he got demoted. So I think that was his first win. But after penalties, wasn't good. We know we have a little bit of problems with the stream right now, lagging a little bit, but it's something that we're trying to fix, and we'll try to minimize the, let's say, the harm for the stream. It seems like jumping on board may be the solution, so I guess it's a game problem, but really sorry about that. Now a lot of drivers coming out for their second round. Crampy, Artex. Crampy is still with the sub, so it seems like he's committed to that one after the mega lap he set.
Daniel Monaf just preparing his lap. He's gonna round up the final corner to the main straight. Going through turn 18 now.
Opening really that last one, even though it doesn't seem like it gives you a lot of advantage. You only need to go full throttle on that section. Now opening DRS, I have a yellow flag, and I think that should be a Mercedes coming into the pits with low fuel. So now the Aston Martin will be starting a lap, braking there with 100 meters to turn 1.
Hitting the first apex nicely. And the second as well. Seems like a good first corners from Daniel. Hope he can carry the speed through turn 4 and 3 as well.
Looking a little bit and understeering almost into the wall, but no damage, no brush there on the exit of turn 3. Turn 4 jumping a little bit on that curve. Yellow flags we see on sector 3 after someone leaving Mercedes go really close to that wall.
The first sector so far from Daniel Monaf. It's looking good. Has to cut this job.
Really tight, yeah, as you said. Almost brushing all the walls there on the exit. We'll see now on Castle. Oh, that was perfect for the Aston Martin. It was really tight.
Coming down towards Esport corner, I'm curious if he use it, and he used it. Using every inch of this track. It's a really tight lap so far.
He looks really prepared.
Yeah. Last 2 corners as well.
Yeah, now he'll be opening DRS. Daniel Monaf. There we have it. What's gonna be the time? It's 38.4 pole position provisionally. It's gonna be close. It's 38.6. Just 10 milliseconds behind Artex. And he puts himself into the top 4. We'll see who's gonna close that one, as Artex I think brushed the wall at the exit of 16. But he's improving still out of sector 2. 410s. It's gonna be the improvement, but he goes wide, he loses time, and now he'll have to recover that one. But it's full throttle sector 3, so we'll see if he's able to do it. He was improving for pole, but he's not able at the moment. We'll see when he crosses the line. An AlphaTauri behind him might be Jasko on his outlap, but now Artex crossing the line. What's gonna be? It's gonna be pole position, of course. 1/10 and a half of difference, but Crampy now on the main straight, probably having a little bit of tow there for the McLaren of Lovell. who crosses 14.4. Cramp is not able. It seems like he's not able to improve that pole position from Artex. It's 1/10 difference between both.
It's a pretty close qualifying so far. I hope Daniel Monov can put in another lap and get this grid even more closer
He's actually doing
for
it.
Maka.
He's actually doing it. 2:10.5 it seems that he was improving. Now it's 4/10 almost, so he's going for pole. We'll see. It seems like a better sector 3 than Artex. The Red Bull driver did have a mistake there on the exit of 16, but the low airs is gonna cost him surely on this main straight. Just look how the revs are not hitting that much, and probably he will be jumping into the pits. But that lap was mega. That was really, really good for him. So we'll see if he can improve it with a new set of softs.
It was good practice for the next round for sure.
Jan about to cross the line.
Anyone doing toe with his teammate, but I didn't see it so far. Oh, what a lap from Jan.
Out of nowhere, the AlphaTauri driver sets pole position, 1/10 difference between Jan and Artex, waving a little bit there. Probably greening his face surely after that one. He's on provisional pole for today, but still, I think we have 5 minutes left on this session. His teammate, meanwhile, gonna cross the line in a few moments, opening DRS as well. Right now on P16, Jasko, 39.7. That's gonna be improving surely, and it's P9, 38.8 for the other AlphaTauri.
There is a couple of yellow flags of the track because of cars running out of fuel. Everyone is trying to get as lighter car as they can, get the better time. Pretty close grid so far.
Indeed, now Colors with a 43.3. Of course, he will be improving it now. Was jumping there is Carbon Racer on the Mercedes. Really close. It's only 6 milliseconds of difference between the front runners. Now Colors will be crossing on that Alfa Romeo, jumping into P16, and the only one left to set it up it's Max O'Connor. That actually disconnected, it seems, so might be sending an invite to him.
I can try some.
Sorry for the issues now, as we are again on board with this qualifying. At the moment, Jan with pole position, Carbon Racer on second one, but it's look just at these gaps because it's just amazing from the leader. It's not even a second between him and P15, 8/10 difference. And Jan at the moment, I don't think we saw that coming. He's putting himself there on pole position.
Yeah, it was coming from nowhere, but it keeps getting more interesting after each run.
I'm still wondering. Sorry, tell me.
Artex is on his out lap, looking forward to improve his lap, and Crampy as well. And Carbon Racer just finishing his run. He's rounding up the final corner. He's getting towards the line. Oh, I'm despairing. I thought he's gonna finish that lap, not gonna lie.
No, he just set the lap, had put himself into P2. Now, just look at those gaps between the top 4 is not even a 10th, and the top 5 is not even 2/10ths. So right now, we'll be jumping, I guess, on the next driver to set up a lap, that it's Edo, on 12th place on that Williams, doing his full-time debut, but he's not pushing at the moment, 9 seconds slower than his previous one. So probably just putting those tires to temps, Wisp on P14, now crossing the first line of this crossing the line to sector 2, just entering, sliding a little bit on the exit of turn 6. A lot of traffic now as everyone is preparing his outlap. So he will see Lovell there putting to the right hand side before Castle. Let's see if he can take it clean. Yes, he does. Now into turn 11 and 12. Really easy to lose traction on that exit, but the Alfa Romeo driver doing it good so far. Now he'll be going into turn 16. We'll see if he doesn't jump that one, so probably not maximizing the time, but going safe for a good time. He'll be improving 3/10 out of sector 2. Now on the exit, putting the car on that curb. Now through the slalom of turn 19 and 20. 300 kph for the Alfa Romeo as he goes side to the right, and he will be opening DRS now on the main straight. I don't think he will have time for another one, but if he does, he'll be low on ERS as we saw with the Aston Martin. But now Wisp jumping into P8 after improving 3 tenths.
What a lap by Wisp.
Well,
And he's... Oh my god.
he saved it. He's still alive, but because the front wing, he's not going to improve another one. So that's qualifying done for him. P8 at its best. Lovell as well is going to jump there to do a lap. Artsex now flying. Half a tenth improvement out of Sector 1.
He got through Castle pretty okay. So I think it's for sure gonna be an improvement for him. Let's see if he jumps Esport curve. No, he goes around it. It's pretty common thing here, I see. It's pretty risky to jump it because you can end up in the wall pretty easily.
Yes, indeed, we saw a lot of drivers understeering into that one, almost a 10th improvement from Artex. That could be pole position, and if we have on mind that last lap, he lost a lot of time on Sector 3, so the Red Bull driver now side to the right, he will be opening DRS in a few moments. 77 milliseconds is the difference between him and pole position, and this will be the last time. Artex is on pole position at the moment, 38.0, but Crampy, just behind him, is not able to improve that one.
What a battle for pole position. And Jan is only starting his lap now. So one of the big contenders, I think, is just started this lap for pole position.
Indeed, Carbon Racer and Jan starting the lap just one behind each other. Will jump into Dark, that it seems like he's on Sector 1. Sector 2, sorry, not improvement found there on the first one. He just retries the car on the pits as... Oh! Well, Dark just into the castle section he goes. The front wing is done, and Sema, his teammate, just, well, he find the way to navigate through that one, but it wasn't the best one. Surely he lost time, but now we'll be jumping on Jan and Carbon Racer. I don't think he improved on Sector 1.
He's not improving as well. He was 100 down, but he can pull this like if he does a good middle and last sector. Or he goes right after a little bit of castle section, but it can be recovered, I think, and a little bit of wheel spin out of turn 12.
I'll be jumping on Daniel Monaf, but it seems like he has run out of fuel, so he'll not be improving, even if he was on a lap there. Sema, Ida, no fuel for him as well, so jumping into Carbon Racer, that he is one of the contenders for this pole position. Pookie crossed the lines and takes 4th place at the moment, but it's very close. You can see the gap between him and the Mercedes. It's gonna open DRS right now. We have a Red Bull just ahead. That's gonna give slipstream. No, he has aborted that lap, so we'll be jumping into Jan as well, aborting it.
Aborted as well, unfortunately. He had a mistake from Esport corner. He rushed the wall a little bit, so he aborted his lap.
Nobody improving on the last one except Artex and Crampy. Jasko as well, I think, is the last one here who's gonna set a lap. Opening DRS now on the main straight. 13th place right now for Jasko. Will he be improving? No, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to, and it's almost improving, but it's not. He doesn't want to be on the top 10. He will start probably on another set of tires, but this is gonna be qualifying. 38.0 was the pole position from Artex, and Crampy will be alongside him.
It was a crazy qualifying. The top 5 actually so close. Under 2 tenths, all of them. It's crazy. It's gonna be interesting who gets the best start from the top 5, because who can get ahead and gap maybe the others can get a pretty easy race, but I'm interested to see that we're gonna get any safety cars.
We'll see, because surely this is a track where we can see a lot of safety cars, not only one, but multiple of those. But we'll see what happens on this race, because everything can happen. The weather forecast seems like is gonna be dry, at least nothing we have seen from the chat. So Artex will be starting on pole position, Crampy on 2nd place, and Jan on 3rd place. After that, Pookie, Carbon Racer, Dark, Maka, David Antonio, Delmanov with a penalty of 5 places on P9, and Gavizom on the top 10. Wisp, Jose Manuel, Jasko, Tema, Edu, Backrow, Colors, Lovell, and Max O'Connor will be the last driver that didn't set a lap here.
It's gonna be interesting the tire strategy, how the rest of the grid gonna use tires, because probably gonna everyone gonna go for minions, but hards can be an interesting tactics as well to go hards and go to softs because they can do better laps at the end of the stints.
Surely the reverse strategy really really good there if you can keep on the first stage of this race into that DRS train or close to the soft runners. So we'll see how they do at the end and if the safety car is a major factor here on this campaign. Right now, of course, we know that the FPS are not going with us. We're losing a lot, but it seems like an issue between the game and me, and it seems like when you are not on board, the frames just drop massively. So we'll have to check that later. Seems like the race will be an onboard situation because as soon as we go out of that onboard, the issues are shown. So right now, just waiting for these drivers to load in, and we'll be starting soon.
See, man. It seems like most of the grid from down to P10 is on mediums, and only Daniel Monaf is on soft because of his grip penalty, obviously.
As you were saying, the top 9, Gabizom just took one place after that penalty for Daniel Monaf. Will be starting on softs, and it's just a split grid between the top 10 that qualified on the top 10 and the ones that didn't qualify on the top 10. So right now, Arctic, Crampy, Jan, Pookie, Carbon Racer on the top 5 with the softs, Dark, Maka, David Antonio, Gabizom on the softs till P9, Wisp, Jose Manuel, Jasco and Sema with the mediums, Dylan with the softs, Edo, Backrow, Coders, Lovell and Max O'Connor with the mediums. So this is gonna be really interesting because the qualifying was so tight that it seems like these top 5 drivers, I would say top 6 even, are really close between each other. So of course qualifying pace and race pace can be different, but I think we're gonna see amazing races here.
Yeah, there is going to be a lot of overtaking because we know this track is pretty good at battles and side-by-side actions, mostly on the main straight and the back straight because of the DRS. It's gonna be interesting how they use DRS or use their battery as well to keep ahead or just let someone go and recharge battery. It's gonna be an interesting race for sure.
Gonna be really interesting as well warming these tires after the pit stop because we saw yesterday, I think it was a Red Bull of Victor Urbina exiting the pits with cold tires and he understeered massively into turn 2 and I think he had damage from that. If not, well, he lost 3 places on that exchange. So the temperature of these tires is going to be as well a major role here that we will be having consideration because it can cost you a lot of places. Now these drivers going into the grid.
Yeah, like everybody's heating up their tires so they have the optimum temperature to start. It's just who gets the best start now.
Max O'Connor, the last one, will be waiting for him till these lights are on. The Aston Martin didn't qualify on this classification and he didn't set a time, but now he'll be starting on P19 and soon we'll be racing here. Everyone, thanks for watching. This is Tier 3 MRL Season 5 and this is about to get really interesting. We will be on board with Artex but it seems like the lights are not there. 1, 2, 3, now 4, 5 red lights here on Baku, and we have Artex defending pole position, and he'll be taking a very good start, and Crampy's just behind him, closing the gap there with John. We'll see if he goes around the outside. Yes, he goes. The AlphaTauri keeping it there. Crampy almost having a spin there with the exchange with John, but now with the inside of turn 2, he'll have it there as he jumps the curb, but John taking advantage of that action. We'll see which is the best one. Exchange between Wisp and Pookie, as Pookie lost 4 places and Wisp is the best one of the medium runners. We have almost a 3 wide just ahead. Is gonna be Carbon Racer ahead of Crampy and Gabizom ahead of Dark. Still battling these drivers, and it's gonna be Gabizom losing one with the Haas driver and probably potentially another one with Wisp.
Oh my god, there is a big crash at the background. Oh, there is a pile up on turn 5 towards turn 5.
We have a virtual safety car after that incident. Pookie losing massive amount of places. A McLaren of David Antonio without front wing, and Maka as well. Seems like he is struggling. Virtual safety car was deployed, and this start has been shuffled.
Yeah, Crampy didn't get the best start of the line, and then he got pushed a couple of times from Carbon Racer until he lost the rear. I'm sure he is going to try to recover to that P2, but it's going to be a tough race from him because it's always hard to be like the third car in the DRS train.
There we have it.
To overtake.
Oh, it was just retired as he went into the wall on turn 14, it seems. There we go, we have it there. His debut just finishing now as we see Maka trying to overtake both McLaren, suffering with damage. Both. The other one is Pookie, actually. Jasko and Backrow as well, exchanging as Jasko had bad traction out of last corner.
And John is really close to Artex as well. He might try a move towards turn 1.
He will try it surely. Not now. Now Wisp with those mediums really working, putting himself into P5, just ahead of the Haas of Dark. Wisp really flying with that strategy. He started P10, the first of the mediums. 5 places gained on this start, and now, well, on the group of the leaders, really looking good for a potential podium. The Alfa Romeo driver. Now Jean still close to the back of Artex.
Yeah, we have a train from 1 to 5th place. It's gonna be interesting how Wisp can keep up on these mediums, because if he can keep up on these mediums, it's gonna work really well for him at the end of the race. And he didn't use that much of a battery as well, so he's looking quite fine. But the leaders, all of them are around 90% battery, and they are just entering castle section where you can regenerate a lot of energy. So it's gonna be interesting. If I was Jean, maybe I would try to sit behind, because you don't really want to overtake on this track because you're just going to get overtaken again. So maybe if you save tires and energy...
Oh, sorry to interrupt there, but Lovell has crashed on the castle section. Has crashed there with the mediums understeering probably into the wall. Resetting to track is actually not illegal on that part of the track. But as you were saying, it's going to be really important to keep the pace. John doesn't want to overtake Artex right now, even though if he's close. But probably if he overtakes Artex, it has to be on the quickest way possible. And Artex doesn't have to defend in order to really play between them and try to find the gap between them and 3rd place. So now Jean setting fastest lap, but not overtaking the Spaniard, who has been utilizing that battery. Gabizom and Dark exchanging, and there's contact. Gabizom is around Dark. I don't think he had space there to manage to avoid that contact, but Gabizom has lost a couple of places and will drop into P9 where he started.
And there is the grid is starting to get separated a little bit, but the top 5 still holding close to each other. Everyone is under a second. Everyone is keeping under that crucial 1 second mark to get that DRS. And Wisp is still holding up really well on those mediums. It's a pretty nice job from him.
And not only that he has a gap of 2 seconds behind after that incident between Dark and Gabizom, and that's gonna put a breathing room between him and the next rival. He is in a very good place to really, I would say, even win this one, because starting on the mediums, only a safety car can ruin it for Wisp at the moment. We're on lap 3, and look at that slide from Daniel Monaf out of turn 12. He catched it, but it was difficult, almost facing the wall there, the Aston Martin. Now a gap opening between P3 and P2, and that's gonna cost Crampy, sorry, a lot if Carbon Racer can't hold on that DRS window. Carbon Racer sliding on turn 16 as well. It seems like the rears on the softs are starting to really mess with these drivers. Another yellow flag and it's Lovell losing another place. Now on turn 12, probably damage for the McLaren, but Crampy is gonna probably overtake now Carbon Racer, opening DRS, ERS as well for the leader of the championship, and John as well is close, but he's not doing it, he's not trying it. Wisp overtakes Carbon Racer, and Wisp is in a perfect place.
Yeah, Wisp is doing a lot of work here. On those medium tires, he's looking at, oh, a little bit of touch. Oh, it's not good. It seemed like a little bit of desync, not gonna lie. That Carbon Racer car didn't move under pushing Wisp car into the wall. Now it's important for Crampy to close that gap down to under 1 second so he can get DRS.
Surely it's gonna be important. 410s need to catch on this lap, so not let the train go away. But it seems like the gap is not closing.
He's gonna utilize the battery to catch back, because if he doesn't, he's gonna lose a lot of time under that straight, because we all know how strong is DRS on this main straight. It can mean around 2 to 3 tenths or even more.
Pookie now overtaking David Antonio. The run on turn 3. Just catching the inside, looking a little bit the Ferrari, battling for that last place of the finishers. Very bad luck for both of them. 13 places lost. 10 for David Antonio. Colors having an issue at the exit of Castle. It seems like he spawned on the exit of turn 12. But doesn't seem like he has well, he has damage, yes, on his front. Seems like he's understeering there on turn 14.
I think Wisp has damage as well, because he lost a lot of time to Carbon Racer on this stuff. And then Yamanov caught up rather quickly.
I think Wisp is going to the pits. Yes, he is. Probably putting a set of hards to the end, because the other option is putting mediums or softs. Softs can't go to the end from here, and he's on mediums, so he would be committed to pit again. Very bad luck for Wisp that he was, well, probably we cursed, probably jinxed him a little bit there with the commentator's curse. He was on a really good place on P4 with those mediums against soft runners, and now having to pit really early, changing his strategy, trying to go to the end.
Hoping for a 2-stop here, because he went mediums. So he's probably gonna do a soft medium stint, a medium soft stint from here. Maybe he's waiting for safety car, because that can help his strategy rather well. It's gonna be interesting for sure.
Yeah, as you said, we can see their Wisp with a new set of mediums now catching Jose Manuel. Back row meanwhile overtaking Lovell with on stream, and Artex losing the... What happened there? Jan overtook Artex on the castle section. We missed it, but Artex has lost that place. We'll see now if he has damage or something. Ooh, it seems like he's understeering a little bit.
Yeah, I hope he didn't get damage, or maybe just a little brush with the wall. But yeah, John is pulling away, so it seems like that might be a touch with the wall.
That might be a touch, and he needs to repair that front wing. 1 second already, and Crumpy has catched the Spaniard on P2 that had pole position. But bad luck now on lap 5. Arctic seems like will not even be defending that one, being overtaken before DRS. There has Crumpy and now pitting, and Artex probably as well pitting. We'll see how this goes with the front wing for Artex. Really close to have contact, but Crumpy and Artex will be pitting dark as well.
Hard tires, that's pretty interesting. I think you can do the whole race with mediums from here, so interesting to see him going hards. But as I said, the hards can keep the pace at the end of the race better than mediums. So gonna be interesting what can Artex do at the end of the race.
Oh, Lovell and Pookie having a big crash on turn 20, and that's a safety car.
That's a safety car. That's really good for the soft runners who didn't stop it yet.
This is perfect for Jan, perfect for Carbon Racer, Daniel Monaf and Gavizum. But the medium runners gonna have a headache after this one. What they're gonna put as Artex has a drive-through penalty after speeding on their safety car.
That's not good.
It put it the hearts, and now a drive-through after changing that front wing. That's gonna hurt him massively after that full position. Still, he has mediums to put. He has a safety car to catch after fitting. We'll see when he serves that drive-through, but will have to be after these yellow flag conditions. So it's gonna be hard for him.
What would you do here if you were a medium runner? Would you try to pit for new tires or stay out?
I would stay out. I would stay out. So you don't know what's gonna happen later. Probably a safety car can save you from that one. And if not, probably with the softs you can recover a little bit of that. But we'll see what the experts on the chat think. Now Jan jumping into the pit stop. Carbon Racer probably will follow him, as well as Daniel Monaf on that top 3 with the soft. Sema will be, well, going into the pits. He's as well committing to that one. I'm probably putting hards, the top 3, for new mediums.
Yeah. Max O'Connor takes the lead. And a couple of people going hards. Probably that's the medium runners, or it's just a Red Bull
Yes.
strategy. It seems like.
Gabi Zoom started on the softs, now into the hards, as well as his teammate did. Sema's putting the hards because he started on the mediums. And meanwhile, safety car will be testing these camera issues that we have had now these minutes, but it seems like it's still the same.
Max O'Connor up 18 places from the start. He had a really lucky safety car, I guess. And Daniel Monaf as well, already stopped as well, so they are doing a great job.
You're doing really good job, Max O'Connor. They're the first of the well, the only driver that has not pitted yet on this race, and you'll have to do it shortly, probably for a set of soft at the end of this race.
Backrow staying out on softs. That's an interesting choice from him.
Well, Artex has
Maybe
spawned
he
or
missed.
something. He has crashed on the castle section. Oof, from bad to worse now for Artex, having damage, now putting for hearts. A safety car that gave him that drive-through, and now crashing in the castle section. He's not gonna be happy about that. Dropping into P16 and still with a penalty to serve.
Yeah, after a good qualifying, his race went to bad from bad to worse. But he can still recover if he can stop. But the drive-through is not gonna help for sure.
Still one more lap we'll have under these conditions, as Lovell is still almost a minute back of the grid. So probably Artsex, I don't know if he has damage on that front end, but still going into the pits might be the best option for new mediums. So we'll see if he does it now or when he chooses to do that, but it seems like he's facing to the left hand side. Yes, he is. And interesting entry as well, we have to say at the least. Putting new mediums, the Spaniard not having the best luck for today, changing the front wing again on only 7 laps of racing. 8 indeed.
It's gonna be interesting how Mexico can hold out on first race, because it's going to be important for him to hold as many people behind as he can for his race, because when he stops for softs, he can recover better if he can keep behind the people that they are behind now. It's gonna be interesting for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be surely interesting. Now we'll be waiting. Gabizom is the only one. No, sorry, Gabizom and Sema, the only drivers there with the hearts, and they will be struggling on this restart because well, we know the difference on those temps for these drivers. Gonna be really difficult to keep them up. Don't know if you can see on the screen right now, but Sema with 76 degrees on that front end. Meanwhile, Max O'Connor on the mediums, 75. So it's at least equal at the moment. But we'll see on the restart who gets to manage better that warm-up.
Probably safety car in this lap. So restart is always tempting to get the big crash, but we hope we can avoid that and have great racing here.
Safety car might be on this lap as we gonna be entering sector 3. As you can see there on the top, Max O'Connor will be leading this restart after starting last, but now without pitting, he's leading this pack, and with 7 lap all mediums, will try to hold them and probably potentially help his teammate that is on P5, not P4. And we'll see how this strategy goes for the Aston Martin squad. Now safety car will be going into the pit lane, and from there will be free to go whenever he wants. Now Jan, you can see how close he is. He puts alongside the car to the Aston Martin, and now he has gone. It's green. Jan reacting very good. Carbon Racer as well. We'll see if there's a move on turn 1. It doesn't seem like. Now green flag for everyone. Max O'Connor across the straight finish line. Carbon Racer understeering a little bit now on turn 3, and Maka has an exchange with Jasko as Jasko goes wide on turn 1. On who's that? Is back around the inside of turn 2 as well. Sema and Dark exchanging, as Dark, it seems like he has dropped 3 places from P5. Wisp on the outside. Wisp on the outside of everyone. We'll see if he can make it. Yes, he does. He's on P5 right now. The Alfa Romeo. A big slide, I think, from Jose Manuel, and he is into the wall. No, he's not, sorry.
On exit of turn 4.
Look at the inside now. Jose Manuel with David Antonio having contact. Artex taking that place. And Jan still not able to catch the leader that is on all their tires. So we'll see if the AlphaTauri that did a very good qualifying will be able to keep that lead. Right now, closing the gap in turn 14, 15 as well. As we'll be entering that one. Nobody touches that curve on the race, only in qualifying they make that risk. Not worthy on this race, but look on the braking zones how much the AlphaTauri is gaining.
Jean is already very close to Max O'Connor's rear. I'm sure he's gonna try to make a move towards turn 1. And he's using his battery, so he's going for it, but Max O'Connor is trying to defend that. Oh, he's squeezing to him. Oh, it's really close racing.
Look at that one. Look at that one. It's Carbon Racer on the outside that will take both of them. And he's taking the lead on turn 1, but Max O'Connor on the inside will try, but he's sandwiched. And Carbon Racer takes both of them. Jan takes P2, so keeping the place he was on lap before. And now Carbon Racer trying to put gap between him and the AlphaTauri of Jan. That was a mega move from the Mercedes.
Cramp is going for a move as well. Oh, and Sima is in the wall, out of turn 2.
Sima, as you said, having damage, it seems, probably, as he's braking really early and getting overtaken by Colors around the outside of turn 3. A little bit of contact between the Alfa Romeo and him. The other Alfa Romeo battling with Max O'Connor on turn 6. But the inside is for the Aston Martin, so we will keep that place. And Wisp still trying to find a way to not break that DRS window between him and Crampy, even though it seems like he's already set up to lose it.
Wisp is doing a really good job again to recover position and overtake people. He has mega pace in the race, it seems like.
Very good battles we have seen now as Crampy is still close to the lead of this race. 8 cents difference between him and John. Almost the same between John and the leader Carbon Racer. A lot of battling we have seen. Seems like Crampy had a mini lag there that teleported him back to 10th on turn 18. So really bad luck for him. We'll see if he can close it. But it seems...
going for a move. Oh, Max O'Connor in the main straight. Max O'Connor defending to the inside towards turn 1. But I think Wisp is going to try to make a move around the outside of turn 1.
It's Daniel Monov. It's Daniel Monov around the outside of both. That's amazing. We have seen already that with Carbon Racer, and Daniel Monov does another one. Clinical
Great feedback.
for Daniel Monaf, it's P4 for him, and Wisp now having to attack the other Aston Martin. That's mega job from Max O'Connor. He gave Daniel Monaf another place.
Jean is not letting Carbon Racer get away from him. He's keep applying that pressure. He's 4 tenths behind. What a race so far.
It's been really, really exciting in 11 laps. Now everyone, thanks for coming here and watch with us. Is MRL Tier 3 Season 5. We're on round 8 for Baku. The leader of the championship, Crampy, is still on P3, so is on a contention for a good haul of points. Now fighting for that lead. And of course, hope you guys are enjoying with us, even with the tech issues we have seen at the beginning of this stream. But now Jan, a little bit of mistake it seems. He lost a little bit of track between him and Carbon Racer, but now DRS is enabled, and we'll see if he is able to put that move on. Still 5 tenths back, going into the main straight, opening DRS he will. But it seems like he's too close, too far, that he doesn't want to even try. Gabizon meanwhile exchanging with Max O'Connor. And not only him, but Maka taking both of them. This is gonna be amazing. Is side by side on turn 1, but the hearts don't give the grip to the Red Bull, and Maka will take that place. And the Mercedes are both in the top 10. Now fighting for good places. Max O'Connor sliding out of that turn 2 as Arctic Sight's fastest lap after serving the drive-through on early stages. Sema pitting probably after that damage. Now Gabizem locking a little bit, but he will be not happy about that move from Krampa. It was amazing on the inside, taking both of them.
Seems like today is the double moves of days, because we've seen 3 double moves so far, all of them on the main straight, but it's good racing and hard racing, and that's what we like to see.
Exactly. We have seen clean moves, and that's gonna be amazing for everyone to watch, as Dark over 6, Jose Manuel for 16th place, still side by side, and Dark is on the outside of turn 3, but he'll take the inside of turn 4. The Ferrari giving the space, and Jose Manuel takes and keeps P15. Not the best job for him today, but still keeping the car on track. We're halfway through almost of this campaign, and Jasko and Max O'Connor exchanging on turn 15. Max O'Connor without any part of that front wing.
And Jean is very close to Carbon Racer now. I think it's surely gonna be a move the end of the straight if Carbon Racer doesn't use some battery here, but I don't think he has enough to defend this. And Jean is committing to it towards turn 1, and he's already got the move done. It's a clean move.
He gets it done into P1. Jan goes retaking that one that he had before the double overtake from the Mercedes. David Antonio and back row exchanging because that Alpine is going into the pits after 9 laps of softs, really struggling after that period of time. Now Lovell and Codders exchanging again, as the McLaren, as a full-time driver, comes here on his first race, I would say. I'm not sure about that one, but Lovell still yet to have any points on the standings. He's getting 1 at the moment, but we are, as we said, halfway through to the end.
Pretty interesting that Mexico pitted for hards. Could have tried to stay out for the softs. Maybe he had damage or something like that. But Jean is not done here, because Carbon Race is keeping pretty close with him, and they have the same battery here. So I think we're gonna see the train to the end, and we're gonna see who's gonna get better battery management, because it's gonna be important for sure on the last run to the line. We've seen a lot of moves towards the line on this track, so it's gonna be interesting for sure.
That's really true. The last lap moves here on Baku are really something that you love to see. Normally when it's really tight, like we have seen so far on this race. 4 tenths behind is the Mercedes, and it seems like he's trying it. He's pushing, he's closing that gap. But it doesn't seem like will be enough, or will be, because Carbon Racer now puts alongside Jan, and it's gonna be side by side on turn 1, squeezing a little bit the AlphaTauri, and he gets first place They are battling, not losing that much time, and I think that's what they want. Exchanging
Honestly,
positions on the
just
main straight.
and watching the whole fight and saving tires. I wouldn't say he's saving battery because he's quite low, but he's hanging on there. But it's not good for the two racers to battle this much because they're just gonna get the others to catch up to them.
That's as well true. And John now having a little bit of slide out of turn 3 after overtaking Carbon Racer back, I think it was, on that back straight. Max O'Connor retiring on pits after having that incident, and not the best luck for him, even if he was leading that race at some stage. But right now, John pulling away a little bit before the section. Carbon Racer just brushing the walls. That's gonna be as tight as you're gonna see, because I was almost contact terminally for Carbon Racer. A lot of action at the back as well. I think Lovell got overtaking bad colors last lap. They're doing the same dance as the leaders, having those exchanges and overtakes on the main straight, as we see colors brushing the wall a little bit at the exit of 16th.
This is
Crumpy.
for points as well.
Yeah, this is 4 points, and this is a very important point. It's because if you don't finish on the point, it's like you never started this race. And John, what happened there? Carbon Racer just taking that place again, the same fashion as last lap. But John probably gonna retake it again. 20% of battery. I don't know if he wants to waste that one or just to keep the car behind. Lovell and colors exchanging, but we're focused on this battle. John actually lifting a little bit before turn 3. He doesn't want to put the car inside or outside there. We'll jump into
I think he's
colors.
gonna try to play the patient game here. Save up a little bit of battery, recharge that because they are quite low on battery, both of them. Actually, all three of them in the leading pack. So you might just need to stop fighting a little bit and recharge that battery.
Ooh, colors with a big snap of oversteer at the exit of turn 4. He catches it. He doesn't have damage, but still holding that gap with the car in front. David Antonio with Jasker. It seems like he had probably a net issue, so we'll have to be sent an invite. Meanwhile, we have no action on the front. We'll try to find.
I already sent him an invite.
Thanks for that one. But now, John crossing that sector 2. Still close to Carbon Racer. We'll see another exchange here, Domi.
Probably. They're playing 4 turns apart, so it's gonna be a move for sure.
John
But
not even catching the slipstream there.
I think he's trying to keep behind because
Oh.
it's pointless after a couple of laps to keep
There he
changing the lead.
goes. Still, the RS advantage is massive, and he takes the outside line. We'll see if Carbon Racer can keep it. Still side by side, but John takes the lead again. Lap 16, 11 to go.
Carbon is brushing the ball a little bit there.
And Crumpy is still very close. He will not try it. Still low on battery as well, the Williams driver. It seems like probably struggling a little bit to catch the pace of these leaders, even though he has the double slipstream. Doesn't seem like Crumpy feels really comfortable if he needs to use that much battery, but still keeping the fight with the leaders. 1.7 is the gap between the podium and P4 is Darmil Monov that's just behind.
Yeah, there is a big fight from P8 to P11, with Jaska losing a couple of races because of his disconnection. It can bring out a pretty interesting race here. Nobody with penalties. It's pretty good to see that no one has penalties yet.
Well, I have mentioned this, and probably a driver will take a penalty in a few, in a few moments. We know how we work, and well, we hope we don't see that. But as far as we have been seeing all this season, if a commentator says something good about drivers, normally happens the opposite in a few moments. But now, just praying to not happen. Carbon Racer really close to John. It's half a second behind the AlphaTauri driver. And I don't know if he will be having that exchange, but it seems like the overspeed, not only from slipstream, but now when he will be opening DRS, is going to be massive. So we'll see if he takes that one. Yes, he does on the inside again. Jan not even defending, and Carbon Racer fully ahead before breaking on turn 1.
Yeah, there is Coder's going for a move on level probably because he's using the battery pretty hard. But I think I'm not sure it's gonna be enough. But the DRS is massive, so I think we're gonna see a move towards turn 1 here by Coders. Oh no, he backs out of it.
He backs out. Yeah, I was jumping there on board with him. The battle between Lovell and Colors as well, hitting up on these stages of the race. Almost same
Maybe he's
strategy
setting
for
up.
them.
Yeah, he's setting up a move towards turn 3 probably.
Yes, he
Yeah,
does,
he's
raining
going.
that battery. Look at that one. Domi, as you said, into turn 3, Colors goes ahead of Lovell, and he jumps into P9 with older mediums, only 2 lap olders, but still probably making the difference. Daniel Monov taking a 3-second time penalty after cutting turn 7.
Commentator's curse, actually.
Not the first time we have seen that, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that then.
Artex now really fighting for those point positions. He has the pace, he was the pole sitter today, but a lot of circumstances putting him into P11. Front wing damage, probably the wrong tire as well, and a drive-through under safety car and a spin under safety car made him lose all of these places. Now into P11, trying to recover. We'll see, because it's still more than 8 laps to go as the front runners are gonna cross the start finish line. No overtakes seen so far, as Carbon Racer still starts to blink a little bit with that ERS deployment, under 10% for the Mercedes. Rampy sliding
And he
on the
started to
entry.
recharge his battery. He's 30% now, so he's climbing that battery level slowly up.
Artex
Um,
and Lovell. DRS for the Spaniard now on the outside line. He's gonna pit now. It's Colors and did Lovell? No, Lovell is still there, just behind, but Colors pitted. I don't know why. It seemed like he was on a good pace and a good hole for points today. Background Colors, of course, exchanging as Colors is dropping and putting those softs till the end. It's 9 laps for
he
to
had,
the end.
he had to change tires because he used two medium tires, and because of the rules, you have to change one compound, and he didn't yet. As Wisp as well, who is
Yeah,
going to lose a lot of position because of that.
I think Wisp is gonna hold even more because he's just hoping for a safety car, I would say, there at this stage. But with the pitting of when Wisp is gonna pit, probably will see, of course, a big drop of positions. He's 8 seconds out of the leader, and after that
In
pit
the
stop, I
meantime,
think it's around
Daniel,
25 seconds, so he will be dropping to P12 probably.
yeah, Daniel won have caught up to the front three in the meantime. He had really good pace, so it's gonna be interesting if he can do something. But the 3 seconds round really gonna pull him back on that podium probably.
And he has a big chunk of battery, at least still to play with. So we'll see now as Crampy closes the gap to John. Not enough. Not gonna use that battery either. The leader of the championship still fighting for this win. Still in contention. It seems like Daniel Monaf is the only one of the top 5, the top 4 I would say, that is out of this battle. Still the car being there. He needs these drivers to take penalties so he can take profit of those mistakes. Jasko on the slipstream of Lovell will be opening DRS, overtaking on the inside line as easy as you like with that DRS, not even utilizing that battery, and Lovell just fully behind. That's a place for the points, and Jasko is again there after 2 disconnections.
He's doing a mega job to get back in that race. Must be pretty frustrating that if he has this good pace, but the disconnections.
You never want to see that one. We have seen more than a couple today, but it is what it is. We'll say Carbon Racer leading the race with 7 laps to go as Jean drifts turn 12. Crampy will be really close and probably even try the move there. They are gonna lose that DRS if they don't push right now, but I think both of them had good reserve of energy. Crampy locking both tires, and Daniel Monaf probably potentially gonna take that place, but Crampy just blocked all the track, and Daniel Monaf was not able to overtake Crampy.
And
Crampy
crucially, he
losing
lost
DRS.
down, but he has quite a lot of battery he can use to get back. He's gonna be
We'll
pretty close.
see.
He's using a lot of battery.
We will see if he can get it on the detection point. He was behind of that 1 second. He's not. He doesn't have battery and he doesn't have DRS, so he's vulnerable to Daniel Monav now blinking Crampy. We can see Daniel Monav on the inside, and this is gonna be really interesting for Crampy because this battle is not gonna be good for him. Daniel Monav has a penalty, and it's gonna be a block between him and John, so potentially only taking that P3 for the leader of the championship and now losing the battle for the lead. He needs to push right now. He's low on battery as we saw, and that mistake is gonna cost him big time.
Maybe he can use Daniel Monav to power through the top two, which again really close to each other. And they have less battery on Daniel Monav, so it can actually might work out for. Oh, Jean touched Carbon Racer towards turn 6, and he lost the position to Daniel Monav.
And not only to him, but for Crampy as well. So Crampy right now, net P2, Jean dropping to P3. We said that this was going to be difficult for Crampy, but only one sector later, he's just there. Daniel Mona pushing with all the pace he has there. He's just on the back of Carbon Racer. He's literally pushing the leader of this race. But he has a penalty, as we said. It's 6 laps to go, and he needs to create a 3-second gap between them. Carbon Racer going wide, and Dylan Monav has contact with him. I don't know if he has damage, but Crampy will take that move now on the outside, but Dylan Monav really protecting that one. John having contact with Crampy, losing all the momentum at the exit of 16, and Crampy not having the best exit either.
Yeah, but they're gonna have DRS crucially, and then Yamunov has that 25% battery, and Carbon Racer blinking already, but it means it's under 10% battery.
Crampy taking P2, still on net P2. We'll see if he gets Carbon Racer, still too far for him. But now
it was a crucial move for him actually, because if you behind another car in a direction, it's harder to overtake. So P2 is the best position to be actually.
Crampy doing his job right now, putting himself into P2. Very good place, as you said, to be in at the DRS train, but Daniel Monav losing the braking point, and Crampy going a little bit wide. I don't know if Daniel Monav has damage on that exchange, but he hit the car of the Williams, and I don't know if he has any part of issues there on the front wing. Doesn't seem like, but Daniel Monav still losing time.
With 41.1 fastest lap on the new soft. Seems like it's working pretty well, and we already caught up to the McLaren on David Anthony on P8, so he can get a pretty good recovery on those shots. And what a move towards turn 5.
Contact a little bit, David Antonio. It's back, yes, we are back with action. Nothing missed, only half a lap there. Crampy and Dylan Monav closing as Crampy jumps into that curb. Just checking if we are good to go, chat, so we can, of course, focus on this last 4 laps. Crampy with that ERS under 10%. Meanwhile, Daniel Monav with that energy over 30% with DRS as well. Both of them using that battery, but the straight net speed for that Williams is really big. But Daniel Monav diving on the inside, still side by side between both of them. Crampy getting a little bit squeezed, and Jan potentially fighting for that one. Who's gonna fight it is Wisp, with those softs having amazing grip, putting himself into P6.
Yeah, it's pretty nice recovery by Wisp. He's coming back to the P5, but he put it from. So the recovery from him. And Daniel Monav seems to have a lot of pace in that Aston Martin and a lot of battery as well, but no one can really say about the others because everyone is around 20 and 15%. So Daniel Monav is playing that game pretty well with the battery.
He is, but that penalty is gonna probably even cost the win. We'll see at the end of this race. 4 laps still to go, well, 3.5 till the end. Now on Baku, it's tier 3. It's having intention with the action. The top 3 still battling for that, even the top 4, I would say. And after that, it's a gap of 12 seconds.
Gavizum following in P5. It's really nice battle for P1. It's really unfortunate that Daniel Amunov has a 3-second penalty because it's gonna cost him probably the podium even. If he can make a move quickly and create that gap of 3 seconds. But he seems he's going for it because Carbon Racer is blinking already and he's using a lot of battery now. He opened his DRS and it's surely gonna be a move towards turn one. He used 30% of his battery and now he passes the Mercedes in turn one. So it's gonna be interesting that if he can pull a gap and pull away from the others. But you gotta expect that towards turn two there is another DRS so Carbon Racer is gonna try to come back on him, I think.
Carbon Racer going wide again on turn 2 and brushing that wall at the exit. Delimonov locking both of the front tires.
He's using everything now to get out of that 1 second, so the others don't have DRS on him. Oh, it's Yasko. He's been on the last curb. It's pretty unfortunate for him. It's not his race. He lost his front wing again. So he's probably going to pit for a new one.
Maka and David Antonio exchanging there on turn 3. Maka flying with Neo Softs with Sim and Wisp as well as he gets P5 on the exit of turn 6. Gavison with those hearts. Not having the worst strategy, but still hearts that provide a race to the end. So he's keeping there with P6. His teammate catching with the mediums. Behind him on P7. Yellow flag, and I think that's Lovell understeering into the wall and oversteering as well after turn 2. Crampy about to lose the DRS.
He was just dancing that 1 second gap. And he didn't get that DRS. It's really unfortunate. He needs to.
Losing a lot of time there. Did Carbon Racer just hit the wall on turn 1? I think he did. And the massive time that he has lost, it's almost a second between him and the leader, Delimonov, getting that gap. Carbon Racer doesn't have DRS. It's 1.5 seconds that Delimonov needs till the end of this race to win this Grand Prix. And if Carbon Racer have damage and can block Cramp, it's gonna be even better for him. It's one lap and 2 sectors to go now for Delimonov, and the time is just climbing. It's 1.7 already.
It's 1.7 seconds. It's looking really good for Dani. I wonder if he can keep pulling that gap.
He needs to increasing that gap 1.9, and Delimonov has shown amazing pace today, not only in qualifying but in race, catching the 3 leaders that were battling today. Lovell retiring, no safety car will be shown as we are on last 2 laps, but it's turn 16, and look at that, it's really close, and Delimonov has crashed into him, at least in my screen, and the leaders has crashed.
Crashing into him. Oh my god. This is really unfortunate for everyone.
The leaders have crashed. It's 10-second gap between Delimonov and Jan, and Delimonov, if he can keep that last lap alive, well, Carbon Racer is out as Crampy has squeezed him into the wall, and Carbon Racer has DNF'd after leading this race.
And Jose Mandler DNF as well in castle section. Wisp is looking for a podium here on his new softs.
He is. Crampy probably having damage on that front end. Wisp knows all the mayhem we have seen on that second to last lap. Delimonov already crossed that last lap, and Crampy, just look at the loss of downforce on turn 1 as Wisp is just behind the leader of the championship, locking both front wheels. Wisp with better traction does off the DRS as well. Crampy is gonna try to squeeze a little bit the Alfa Romeo, but it's impossible to defend that one, and Crampy drops another place as Jose Manuel as well crashed with the car of Lovell. Wisp on P3 after an amazing recovery, having damage on the first stage. He was looking for a podium. It didn't seem like it was gonna happen, but now Wisp again in P3. Meanwhile, Delimonov opening that gap after that incident. Almost 10 seconds between him and John. That doesn't sound like he has damage on that front end. 3 seconds of penalty was, as we remind, that penalty for the Aston Martin. And it seems like he only needs to cruise to the line to get this win today for Aston Martin.
Yeah, drama unfolding in the last 2 laps, starting with Lava crashing into the wall. after esport corner. It's really unfortunate that it ended like this. But yeah, I guess there is losers in this situation and winners, like this getting P3. It's unfortunate for Crampy and Carbon Racer to end like this.
After the dynamic race, Daniel Monaf starting on P14. Now he'll be crossing to take the win here on Baku in Azerbaijan. Aston Martin wins the race with a 10-second lead, and he will be very happy about that. And now Jan crossing after starting on P3, he will be crossing on P2, and Jan takes that one for AlphaTauri. Wisp for Alfa Romeo on P3, and Crampy dropping 2 places from the start into P4. Artex, after an amazing recovery as well, overtaking his teammate on the last stage of the race, dropping 4 places from pole position.
Baku
Maka,
is gonna try to my P8 to the line, and it's almost happened.
ooh,
It was close.
Vacro, they're crossing 1/10 behind David Antonio, and it will be, I think, Coders, the last driver, to have points today. And there's been, well, only one safety car, but Baku never disappoints. Driver of the day, of course, it's gonna be for Daniel Monaf there on the Aston Martin, taking the win from P14.
What a race.
A lot of drivers gonna be disappointed after that one. The battle was so wide open, and everything was able to happen. And we have seen that. We have seen that crash between leaders and a back marker. Crash afterwards with both of the leaders, Crampy and Carbon Racer, that he finished. Well, he didn't finish. He finished with the damage. So we are gonna have a look now after this to the interviews. It's Daniel Monaf who takes P1 after that 3 second time penalty. John on P2, starting on third place, and Wisp on P3. That's going to be the interviews for today. The leader of the championship dropping 2 places from the start, as we said before. Crumpy will be on P4, Artex P5, Gabizon on P6, Maka P7, David Antonio on P8, the back row on P9, and Colors taking that point as well for the Alfa Romeo. Double point for them. The only them and Red Bull to take it. Dark, Tema not able to take those points. Jasko not finished today. Carbon Racer, Jose Manuel Lobel, Max O'Connor, Puki, Edu, Ida. So after that, we're gonna have an interview. So we will be right back.
What a race.
Okay, so we'll go with the podium finishers from P3. We have their Wisp finish P3 after a good recovery. How you feel after this race?
It feels really weird. I thought it was over very quick, but it feels really good.
An amazing race because you started on those mediums. You were the first of the medium runners, and after that you had contact, right? You had front wing damage that cost you at least a pit stop.
Yeah, I think I got rear-ended into the wall by Carbon Racer when I was overtaken, and I was about to overtake Crampin. I got I think it was a red wing on the right side, so I had to pit for a new wing.
Surely, that was a major issue in your race. Then putting the softs to the end, how did you manage to get into the P3? Of course, with that amazing pace.
Well, I got a bit lucky with the end with the leaders colliding. I guess it was kind of deserved, but I don't want to really call it deserved. But I don't know. I was just driving.
It was indeed really, really dramatic at the end. Something to ask Domi, so the third driver here on the podium.
Yeah, it was a really interesting strategy when you got the damage to go for that other medium tire. Why did you do that? You were expecting other safety cars, or it was just a strategy that came up?
No, I'm just an idiot and I didn't know what to pit on. I didn't want to go on hard, so
Well, two pit stops for today. Still a podium. That's a very good performance, and we hope we see better next week. Thank
Thank
you,
you, thank
Whiskey.
you.
Now we'll go with second place for today. It's gonna be John. Started on P3 if I'm not mistaken, and got it into the podium. So now, John, how you feel about this race?
Um, I feel pretty good, but I feel like I could have won, but I feel it's very good to be P2.
Of course, all of that contact at the second to last lap. Still, you managed to
Yeah.
survive at that incident, that major incident. You feel lucky, of course, about that, but as well, you had the pace to be there to win it. Something you want to say about this race because it was really, really interesting and dynamic.
Yeah, so I felt a lot of pressure. Well, it was very tense because me and Carbon Racer we were going back to back like every 2 laps I think, and it was very tense. And yeah, I think it was a good fight. And then at the end, Crampy and Daniel catched up, so it was even more tense. And yeah, about the incident in the final laps, I don't know. I don't know who was the car that was right up there in the corner, but yeah, I think it was just unfortunate. I don't know.
Well, either way, it's a P2. We'll be happy about that. And if Domi has something to ask, go on.
Honestly, it was a very well managed race from you. I think you did a very good job by trying to hold Carbon Racer and race with him.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. Actually, I don't have any questions. Honestly.
So congratulations for that P2, Jean. We'll hope you do good next week as well.
Thank you very much.
Now we'll be going with our race winner for today. It's gonna be Daniel Monaf. How you feeling about that?
I'm feeling pretty good after the race win. Wasn't quite expecting it after I picked up my penalty, but I'm honestly so happy to be here.
Of course, you were always that on that battle of the top five, but never it seemed like you were on contention to take the win. How you feel about those last laps? Something that you want to comment? Of course, that action that gave you the win.
I mean, I got quite lucky towards the end. Crampy and Carbon definitely should have gotten the win, in my opinion. They had great pace, but they got caught up in an unlucky incident, which unfortunately gave me the win.
A pretty solid job indeed they were doing, but everyone on the top five, I think, they were battering really, really hard. So I don't think I have nothing to say about that, but only congratulations because this could be the first win that you take today on this season on tier three, or I'm mistaken.
This is my first win I've taken this season, yeah.
So big congratulations for you, and of course for Aston
Thank,
Martin. Domi, something to
thank.
say?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask that what happened on qualification because it seemed like you didn't have the pace on quali, but on race you had insane race pace. You were catching
Uh,
up quite quickly.
in quali, I did. My pace was a bit horrible. I was 4 tenths up on a lap, which could have put me higher, but I had a grid penalty, and that got caught in the back of my mind, and therefore didn't get the lap that I could have done.
Oh, I see. Like it's good that it worked out well for you at the end, and very nice win. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, massive congratulations, of course, to finish this one, Daniel. We'll see you on next week.
See you next week.
So, we're finished here today for the action for Tier 3. Domi, something that you want to say before we finish this stream?
It was an amazing race. It was full of action. It's an unfortunate last 2 or 3 laps because of the crash, but it gave us interesting dynamics. So I think it was a very good race to watch, and I enjoyed it, and I hope you all guys did as well.
I think everyone did. Sorry for the tech issues at the beginning, and meanwhile, while the Streamlabs was playing a little bit dodgy, we'll say. And well, This is all for us. It's Alex Bitto from Spain and Domi from Hungary. We won't have a raid, but we will have the outro now. So just enjoy it, and we'll see you on America's Tier 1 at 3 a.m. CET and 9 p.m. ET for, of course, more racing at Baku. So, see you.
See you guys.